Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jasmine the Buffet Witch, but you already knew that. Welcome to Beauty Bay's playlist, okay? I don't know what I'm calling these, but let's just go with that. We're gonna get started with these. I do have, what, 8 palettes or whatever? 8? I think I have 8 Beauty Bay 42 pan palettes, and I wanna start playing with these. Which one are we gonna use first? Huh? You in the back? Correct, the Smokies. Okay, because I'm feeling like this is just the time for smokelicious, dark, sultry shenanigans. That's what we're going to do, okay? So I don't really have a rhyme or reason for how I'm going to be doing these Beauty Bay palettes, so let's just dive on in. I wish that I was the kind of channel that was going to sit and do swatches. But honey boo boo, look, if you want to find them, they are out there on the interwebs. Go look for it yourself, because I'm not about to sit here and swatch none of these things. Again, baby bird wrists, nowhere to swatch, no time, no patience, and no interest in doing so. So these are the shades. You saw them? Great. So, look, y'all, my morning has been booty. So we have to I gotta get a successful makeup play today, okay? So we're rocking Ashens, like ash brown brows today. I really like them. I think I fixed the very wonky, like like my left brow was always like way up here. And I think I've learned how to kind of counteract that. And I think the brows look real good today. So let's do a nice smoky something eye so we can do a few more videos and take this freaking makeup off, y'all. That's how I'm feeling today, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eye. What are we priming with, class? All together, 1, 2, 3. Juvia's Place. Y'all get an A, I get an F. Did I just mess up on that? Juvia's Place, I prime shade 2. Get it together, girl. Okay. So, how y'all be? I hope you be good. I'm just okay. It's just been a morning, okay? Just been a morning. So I thought, some makeup play would make me feel better. And it has yet to do that, but I think we're gonna get there. I think we're gonna have a successful eyeshadow look, and we're gonna get there. All right, so just priming the eyeball as usual, okay? And I'm feeling something slightly simple, yeah? I do like the Beauty Bay shimmer formula. It's a little bit putty-like, and I honestly wouldn't necessarily call them shimmers. They're kind of hinting closer to metallics, but they can come off very shiny. So that's nice. All right, I'm gonna sweep just a touch of that under the lash line. One, to kind of blend out my fading, creping concealer and powder combo. If you saw this foundation application, you would know what I'm talking about. It was a mess, okay? But also just to have a little bit of stick for our powders. So, although I love the smoky, the grays, the blacks, and all that, this shade called Nightmare, it's a good name for today, is calling my name, and she's like a navy blue. And I can't stay away from the blues, purples, all of them things. And then looking at all these gorgeous shims, metallics, I don't know, y'all, what we gonna do? Ooh. This one looks like it's got like a little bit of a mintiness to it. I don't know if you can see that. So let's just go ahead and get a basic crease on and go from there. Now, this is a very even palette in the way that I'm seeing neutral, I'm seeing warm, and I'm seeing very, very cool. So I think for the blend, I want to keep that rather warm. The deepening color, we can do neutral, cool. That one's pretty much okay as long as it's deep, doesn't really matter. And then the shim can be whatever, but I want my blend to fade out into a warmer area. So for that, I think our transition shade is gonna have to be something, hold on, I gotta get the right brush, girl. Okay, how about you? Something along the lines of like this one, or like this one, or even this one. Because the other ones are just a little bit too cool. We're gonna get real murky real quick, which is fine, because we're gonna go there. But for the first little jump into this here palette, I wanna keep my blend a little bit warm. So let's actually go, I want it to be warm, but I want it to be light. And this is too deep. It's nice and warm. This is the warmest shade in the palette, but it's very deep. I need something a little bit lighter than that. So on the scale of 1 to warm, we're gonna go with this shade down here, which is called Library. I like the library. I haven't been to the library in a long time. I know I have a library card. Where it is, honey, I don't know. Ooh, she dusty. Okay, tap her off, tap her off. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this into our, this is not the right brush. We need something bigger and fluffier. Okay, there we go. These little Wet n Wild brushes, I typically get these from the Dollar Tree. I'm sorry, the Tree. These are really nice. Okay, so this is actually a little bit more neutral than I thought it was gonna be. But that's okay, because that's what we're here for, all right? So we're just gonna use this shade. Now, I do have a history using these Beauty Bay palettes, and I know myself, it's not a downfall, but the issue I came across was I was using way too many shades. And this is almost a formula where you want to pick maybe 4 shades at the most to do your blend and call it a day. I'm talking about your light, medium, deep, and your brow bone. You don't really want to be doing too much because these can get a bit tricky to blend seamlessly. So I typically like to pick 2 or 3, call it a day, which is why I wanted this blend to be a little bit warm. So since this actually was more cool than I thought it was, more neutral actually than I thought it was, because now that I've gotten my brush in there, I can really see the neutralness of it. I am going to go into the shade Cabin, which is the warmer shade, but it is deep. And we're going to stick this on the bottom of where I applied that, okay? And see what she does. Oh, she's cool too. Look at this palette just faking me out. But that's okay, because now we don't actually have to use a darker shade because that doesn't look anything. What I just put on my eye looks like black, right? It's this. Whatever, girl. We just gonna pop some more on. Okay. I'm here for it. That's fine. Happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would say. Okay. Yes, but we get smoky, and I like it. I'm gonna take that same shade, no added product, and we're gonna pull this down to the lash line, or the lower lash line. I'm sorry. Real gentle like. That's why I don't like to add more product, and so I know whether or not I need to. Just see what's left on the brush. Okay. So let's start popping our shims on, okay? I'll do the inner portion of the eye a little bit later. Let's go ahead and get these shims on. Now, this is also a formula where I have learned that this is the time to bust out my NYX glitter glue, which is not something I use very, very often. I always forget that I even have it. I had to depop mine into one of my reused little Lip Medics palettes because the booty broke. The booty popped. Okay, the little NYX glitter glue bottle, little booty broke, so I had to pull her somewhere else. I was gonna throw her away. Okay. So what I don't like is this typically makes me end up having a cut crease, and I don't want a cut crease. So instead, I'm gonna use my finger, and I'm just gonna bop just a little bit. I don't want a ton. You don't want it very thick. You don't want like it goopy and all that stuff. This is just for the tack, and I am gonna kind of go over my blend because I want this to be quite shimmer heavy, and I don't think I'm going to use a ton of shims. I think we're just going to use one. Like I said, I want it to be quite simple. And actually, I was going to go for Starfall because it's got that slightly minty green hue to it, but you know, Fairy is really pretty. We are going to use our finger for this as well. Okay, very icy. Yep. And I'm just very gently tapping that on. Okay. The reason I like to use my finger when I use that base is because I've learned that for some reason, if I use a brush, I end up putting way too much product in one place, and then it becomes a little bit raised and textured, and I can't blend it out. So with my finger, I'm kind of smashing the product down as I'm applying it to my finger, and then I can just really gently tap it in. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I do, and that's what we did, okay? So we're gonna go back in with our brush, no added product right now, and I'm just going to soften the edges where my shim meets my matte. And I'm gonna go back into the lighter shade we used, Library. Quite dusty, ashy, like stony gray shade now that I really look at it. Okay. Now, I typically don't like this area of my eye. It's like, what do you do with this area? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a different brush. How about that first brush we used? I'm gonna go in with my face powder. And I'm going to kind of clean this area up, kind of bring that shadow back. Did you see what just happened? And kind of round that out. Do you see? Because sometimes it makes it, especially when I use a darker eyeshadow, it makes it look just muddy and like no shape over here. So, okay, on the lower lash line, I am going to take, where's my brush? Girl? Jeez, I'm just all over the place. I really want to play with this blue shade, so that's what we're gonna do, okay? I'm gonna take her for a pop of color, and we're gonna start at the back. And bring her on in. I like that. All right, and now we just need a brow bone shade. And what better brow bone shade to use than this gorgeous white that they have supplied me with. Thank you very much. In the shade Snow. You know I love me a white eyeshadow. And we're gonna highlight our brow bone, just the arch. There we go. Oops, sorry. And then, you know what? Let's highlight the inner corner as well with that shade. Ooh. We'll just leave this look just all from this palette. I won't even bring out my DD Signature or my Glisten Cosmetics. We'll just leave it just strictly Beauty Bay. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna take my powder brush and destroy any fallout. Taking that brush that I use with my foundation just to clean up that inner corner. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put on some liner and some lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back, we are done, and I really enjoy this look. It's a little bit left to what I thought things were going to be, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens. I still am very excited to play with this palette. I do like that all the tones, although that brown did look very warm, she said, no girl, I'm with the cool gang. That's what we're doing over here. This is the smoky, 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 and we gonna be cool today, all right? I paired the eyeshadow with my green lash line. See, when I was finishing my face, a whole motorcycle gang just went by. Here's the rest of them. Y'all done? Anybody else get stopped at the red light? Hell's Angels always gotta go by when I'm recording. They're not the Hell's Angels. And they're not gangs. They're just groups of motorcycles. And they just rude. I need to mail out my schedule, my recording schedule for them. Okay? Read it. Don't be coming down my road 17, 18, 20 cycles strong whilst I'm recording. It's rude. It's very rude. Okay? It's Sunday. Anyways, yes, I do really enjoy this palette. I'm super excited. I have had a good run with the 42 pan palettes. And again, in case you didn't see the intro to my playlist, I don't like the smaller palettes because they're curated. But for who? Who picked them shades? Because sometimes I'm like, did you not see the whole palette and you went through those shades and these are what you picked for the 16 and the 9 pans? No, ma'am. The 9 pan Smoky palette though, I could have got that one because it was all matte and it was literally like a really nice assortment of just the matte dark shades. That one I could have gone with, but why would I do that when I can have all of them, you know? So thank you so much for tuning into my channel. It's been me, Jasmine the Buffet Witch. You may not know that because today I'm all discombobulated, okay? But I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm not gonna hold you, okay? You go ahead, drink some waters, take care of yourself, take a beat, lay on the floor for 10, 20 minutes. That's what I've been doing lately. It's been helping, okay? And I'll see you in the next video with a better energy, a calmer energy, just as much gum flapping and tripping, but calmer energy. That's what I'm setting as an intention for the next vid show. But until then, guys, take care, all right? Bye.